So welcome to Bullets and Brass. This episode we are talking about holding or positioning the rifle for shooting off the bench or even prone when you have a bipod. Now, a lot of this will also apply if you have a sandbag up front, if you're at a bench. None of this applies if you're shooting offhand. Certain pieces might apply, but what I'm saying is specific to you've got a supported front end and you don't have to hold it. Because I see a lot of people holding the front of the rifle when they really shouldn't be. Their left hand has somewhere better to be. And unfortunately, I've already screwed this video up because I didn't go and get a sandbag or sock for the back. But we'll fake it. So, got the rifle. This is a Remington 700 in a Magpul stock. Vortex 2.5 to 10. Harris bipod. Nothing crazy. So, what you would do, this hand has nothing to do with the front of the rifle. This bipod, let me move over. Okay. That bipod is what is doing the work. I don't want to hold the front of that rifle. If I put my hand up here, I'm wobbling the rifle. I'm adding problems. So I'm going to tuck it into my shoulder. I'm not going to drive my shoulder forward. I'm going to bring the rifle to me. I'm going to get down on the stock. Got my cheek lined up here. Hopefully this is the right height to put your eye in the right spot on the scope. And you're going to line up. And this hand is underneath the stock. Okay? It's underneath the stock. And you basically, if you have a lot of times people put like a sand-filled sock or like those little plastic balls in there, because then you can squeeze it and raise or lower and just kind of hold it. You can also just put your hand there if the height works out right. And watch. So I'm aimed right at a little notch on a piece of furniture. Now I relax my hand. Back of the gun comes down. See if you can see that? Okay, I wouldn't even further. Back of the gun comes down. My point of aim goes up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze my hand and we're going to see what happens. I don't know if this will be clear on video. It's a very weird position. My body is not correct here, but what it's really doing, you're bracing your body so you're not leaning on the rifle. And you're also giving yourself a height adjustment that isn't your body, your whole body. Because it's very hard to hold your whole body in that position and be stable. Instead, your body gets into a stable, good position and relaxes. And this is just snuggled into your shoulder and stays there. You don't drive your shoulder into it to move it. Bring it to you. And this is your fine height adjustment. Just squeeze and let go. Which is why I said having the bag helps, because there's only so much you can do with squeezing your hand if it's just your hand. But, you can, at 100 yards, that's an awful big movement. The fundamentals here. I have a mechanical object holding the front of my rifle, whether it's a bipod, whether it's a sandbag, whether it's some sort of rest system, but I'm not holding the rifle up. I'm not trying to aim the rifle with this hand. This hand needs to stop manipulating the rifle and do all that from back here. Because back here, a small movement is a very small movement. I can move the gun a little bit back here, and there's minimal movement out there. If I move the gun very far up here, it's big. So you really, really want to make very small movements. Very small. And you want to do them from back here, because my pivot point is up here. Because remember, the pivot point isn't in the center. The pivot point is wherever your front rest is. So if I move a little bit back here, and I'm exaggerating this wildly, if I move a little bit back here, it's much less up there than if I move with this hand up here. If my hand up here shakes, I've defeated the whole purpose of this. You know, if I want to do that, fine, let's do it. You know, let's brace this arm, let's let it rest, let's let, you know, bone coming down, and do that. And go get a sling, go get a sling for the rifle, strap in and do it. Hopefully that was informative. Hopefully that is helpful. We will have more videos on trying to get the most accuracy out of a setup and how to maximize your body dynamics. There are a lot of things you can do to make your life easier. And everything from the position of your hand, how you're squeezing the trigger, getting your cheek lined up correctly and consistently, because consistent sight picture is one of the key fundamentals. If you don't have a consistent sight picture, your accuracy is toast. If you don't have a good trigger pull, your accuracy is toast. And all those boil down to holding the rifle or handgun correctly and the same way every time. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully by now you've hit subscribe. This is not going to be an early video, unfortunately. It is a fundamental, but there's a bunch of videos in line ahead of it. So take care, have fun, and stay safe all.